Member for West Vancouver Capilano.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. All parents want their children to be healthy. Good food is the basis for good health, for academic success, and for physical and mental wellness. Since 1942, Canada's Food Guide has been around in one form or another. It's a basic education tool designed to help people follow a healthy diet. For more than 80 years, the Food Guide has provided healthy eating guidelines to Canadians and has been the foundation of food and nutrition policies across the country. Admittedly, the Food Guide has never been perfect, but it has provided a framework for parents. And over time, we've learned about the impact of various foods on our health. The Canadian Food Guide has been updated. In 2019, Canada released the latest version of the Food Guide with concrete advice on healthy food choices and eating habits. It included plenty of vegetables, fruits, and protein foods, choosing whole grain foods and making water your drink of choice. It also pointed out that healthy eating is more than just the foods you eat, but it's about your whole relationship with food. It encourages Canadians to cook more often, be mindful of their eating habits, share meals with others. We need to celebrate food as part of our lifestyle. Canada's Food Guide is intended for all Canadians. When it comes to children, parents make the best choices that they can for their kids, including the food they eat. We teach our kids how to make healthy choices, and it's important that schools offer those healthy options as part of their food programs, but they can't take away the fun. New food guidelines for BC schools apply to food that's offered, served, or sold in schools, including school fundraising programs, as well as parent-organized events and sports events. It doesn't apply to what kids bring to school for lunch themselves. Providing food guidelines is one thing, but dictating food choices, that's another thing, such as prohibiting the selling of hot dogs at a community fun fair or sports drinks at a school sporting event. Seriously, ice cream is listed as a food to avoid. Are parents supposed to make asparagus pizza on bulgur crust for these events? As Canada's Food Guide has already provided nutritional guidelines for families and children of all ages, people of all ages, I would argue that school food guides should be or go too far when they start policing or dictating food choices for children. For one, proposing dramatic limitations on essential food fundraisers such as pizza days, hot lunch and bake sales, chocolate almond sales. These play such an important role in helping PACs and helping schools actually provide the funding for necessary sports, libraries, music programs, supplies, and equipment for schools. The reality is that our schools are underfunded, and an overhaul of the whole system is needed. Now, these fundraisers are often organized by hardworking parent advisory councils. They're periodic, they're not even weekly, and they're about having fun a few times a year while bringing in thousands of dollars to supplement a school's budget. These events, again, are about more than just funds. They also create a sense of community by bringing children, teachers, and parents together. They help children learn important life skills, such as handling money and setting goals, and they build teamwork and boost confidence. Fundraising is an all-around education experience, and it's about so much more than the food being served. With no more hot dogs, pizza, cupcakes, or ice cream, all the fun is gone, and it could be the end of these fundraisers. So, Honourable Speaker, let's be honest. Kids don't go head over heels for Broccoli Day. I admit that when I was the mom that sent carrot sticks to the grade 3 birthday party, but I quickly learned that container would often come home just as full as it was when it left. So, and don't we all remember those in-class birthday parties where parents sent little cupcakes and home-baked cookies? It was fun, but now it's bad. As suggested by Canada's Food Guideline, and as I mentioned in the beginning, healthy eating is so much more than the foods you eat. It's also about your relationship with food and with healthy habits. To eat healthy, moderation is key, and we need to teach kids that. not by taking away their food choices. And in addition, as life becomes more unaffordable and grocery bills continue to rise up, policymakers shouldn't impose unrealistic guidelines when many families are struggling to put food on the table. According to Stats Canada, most recent Consumer Price Index, groceries, Mr. Speaker, are rising at the fastest rate in 13 years. In March, food prices went up by almost 9% from the previous year. This was the biggest year-over-year increase since 2009. The jump in food prices were driven by dairy, meat, pasta. Amongst these, dairy and eggs rose faster since they have in 1983, with milk prices up almost 8%, cheese 10.4%, and butter was 16%. Fresh and frozen beef prices have surged 14% in the last year. And those things that we're talking about being healthy, well, higher grains also pushed up pasta prices in March by more than 17%, while breakfast cereal rose more than 12% year over year, the biggest increase since 1990. So amid such rising food costs, a food guide diet might be simply unaffordable for many households that have to compare prices and shop within a budget. This can provide food shaming, and let's not take the fun out of fun days with our pizzas and our ice cream. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.